12 teams from all across the world. They're here, and it all starts today. What an event.
Up the middle. Another.
Pounds this one to center field.
Huge hit.
Off speed, right to the second baseman. Oh, there's nothing that he can do. She gives the finger wag.
One-handed catch. New York adding to its new lead. Sailing to the fence. Texas advances to Saturday. Swinging the bat, stepping over the team needed her. And this New York team is going to Saturday. We will see Connecticut in the semifinals tomorrow. Taylor shots it up the middle, southeast. Walking it off. They are going to the semifinals. Welcome to the Little League Softball World Series on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. What a week of action we've had here in Greenville, North Carolina. 4 teams left, and we start our semifinals with a rematch. New York and Connecticut, they will meet for the second time. Winner moving on to the championship game. These two teams met on Monday. There were 3 lead changes, but New York winning that game 6-5. We'll see what Connecticut has to say about that. Here are 4 teams remaining. New York and Connecticut up first. Texas and North Carolina, the Southeast team, they will be our second semifinal. Our championship game tomorrow at 3 Eastern on ABC. Welcome back to the softball field. Courtney Lau alongside 2-time All-American Amanda Scarborough, 2-time Olympic gold medalist Michelle Smith. Chris Button is also with us, and I can't believe we're down to 4 teams, guys.
We got here, over a week ago at this point, and we started with 12 teams. We're down to 4. We'll know by the end of the day the 2 teams that are competing in our championship game on ABC.
Yeah, and it's been a long week, but it's been a longer summer for a lot of these programs. They have been battling out all around the world for these games today for that chance for the championship tomorrow. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, looking at this New York team, Olivia Feldman has been clutch in some big moments.
Yeah, they like to bring her in relief. They like to start Alexis Fontana and then bring in Olivia Feldman. She has been so strong. It's why they've had 2 come-from-behind victories to get to this point. She brings the energy and the circle and the shutdown innings, only giving up 1 earned run up to this point. They had comeback wins against Connecticut and Puerto Rico. They are 2-0, and she's a big part of those wins.
Meanwhile, for this Connecticut team, this will be their 4th straight elimination game. The good news is, though, they've got a big bat. And Emily Sparingo, Michelle, she leads the World Series in hits, in RBI, in doubles, and on base percentage.
Emily Sparingo has just been outstanding this Little League World Series. In fact, she was 2 for 2 against New York earlier in this tournament. She can flat out mash 4 doubles in this tournament, 7 hits. How about RBI? She's got 8 of them. In fact, that's more than the entire New York team. So this is a basher. Watch for her. New York's going to have to figure out how to shut her down. Emily Sparingo, she has been a superstar here at the Little League World Series.
We are ready for our first semifinal. First pitch coming up when you come back. We are ready. Semifinal number 1. Neighbors, New York and Connecticut. And Chris, this Connecticut team, Milford Little League, back-to-back appearances here at the World Series.
They have, and when you look at their manager, Brian Glenn, he's been coaching this group of girls since they were in coach pitch. He got into coaching softball because he saw how the girls were treated differently from the boys, and he wanted to help grow the sport in their community. And he came here last year just to watch this Milford team with his daughter, Kaylee. Once they saw them on the field, they put a plan together in the fall. How do we get back to this point? They did special CrossFit workouts, and here they are. He is lacking, though, one thing. He made them a promise after states that if they won, he would get a tattoo, and he hasn't fulfilled that yet. I talked to his wife, and she's like, I'm not so sure about this, but he did make a promise. And the wives all hope that the daughters can have a say. They draw it for him, and whatever they draw, he's got to put on somewhere.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Chris, we are going to hold Brian Glenn to that promise. A tattoo after winning state, and here they have a chance to get to the championship. Connecticut will be the home team. They'll be facing New York, this Massapequa Park team. Let's meet the team. It's brought to you by PNC Bank.
My name is Kylie Langaro, and I play softball and all-star cheer.
My name is Emerson Moore, and my favorite baseball team is the New York Yankees.
My name is Ava Rios, and my favorite food is sushi. My name is Eden Tesseret, and I would like a pet tortoise.
My name is Mia Victor, and my favorite food are pickles.
My name is Olivia Feldman, and my favorite softball player is Jenny Finch.
My name is Alexis Fontana, and my favorite food is pasta.
My name is Abby Long, and I want to be a personal injury lawyer when I grow up.
My name is Cassie Van Schuyler. I want to be a criminal psychologist when I grow up.
My name is Sienna Erica, and my favorite color is blue.
My name is Jocelyn Vandenberg. My favorite drink is Dr. Pepper.
My name is Emma Brown, and my favorite baseball team is the New York Mets.
Mid-Atlantic, the New York team, and here is their continuous batting order. It is 1 through 12. Everybody gets to bat in Little League, and Eden Tesseret, she had a big tying RBI single in the 5th inning. It was in their last game against Puerto Rico. Alexis Fontana, the pitcher, to lead off for New York. And it's kind of weird, ladies. New York has only played 2 games in this Little League Softball World Series. Alexis Fontana starting off with a hit. It's rolling back to the fence. A double for Alexis Fontana.
Alexis Fontana immediately out of the box, taking a pitch low and inside, and just barrels this up. Look at the way she turns on it. She's going to get it down the line, and she knows once she gets that past McKenna Hansen in left field, she's going to pick herself up a double. That's a huge hit leading off this game for New York.
That is the first hit for Alexis Fontana at the World Series this week. And that advances Alexis on the wild pitch over to third. So just like that, New York with a runner on third for Olivia Feldman, the shortstop.
Grace Weber getting a start today for Connecticut, and she's thrown a lot of innings. 22 innings pitched this World Series. Her favorite athlete is Jocelyn Allo. It was a really good curveball. And Connecticut, to your point, Court, has played a lot of games. Maybe, I don't know, just coming into today, they're tired. They played 6 games in the last 7 days. And for New York, they've only played 2 games. This is the 3rd game in the last 6 days.
It's interesting. That's just how the bracket worked out. New York didn't have to play its first game until Monday. We started the tournament on Sunday. Two-two pitch here from Grace Weber to Olivia Feldman. Feldman, it's high in the air and shallow in the shallow grass. Riley Fagan Davis with the throw. That'll score a run. Look how quickly New York strikes first.
New York being aggressive early in this game.
Well, you know, scoring first, always a good thing at the World Series. Teams that score first are 15-3 this week.
It's definitely been a theme.
for this New York team to continue to swing it, keep the pressure on Connecticut. This is a Connecticut team that unfortunately stubbed their toe a little bit against New York in that first game when they competed against each other. 7 errors by Connecticut, so it's one of the aspects of the game they want to try to clean up, make New York earn their way around those bases.
You know, Connecticut, they haven't forgotten the 7 errors. They also haven't forgot, they left the tying and go-ahead runs on in the 6th inning in that game against New York on Monday.
Yeah, had opportunities. Well, and Connecticut has played in some pretty wild games, too. They've had a lot of action, and even an extra inning game against Canada. That was a back-and-forth game. It went 9 innings.
Of course, in Little League, you're supposed to only play 6 innings.
Yes.
They just liked it so much, they wanted to keep going.
And it's been pretty hot, too. It's worth bringing up the fact of how long this week has been for Connecticut playing all those games, and very hot temperatures. It feels like temperature is over 100 degrees right now. It feels like 102 despite the temperature just being 93. Very humid day.
I feel like that's been typical this week. The feels like temperature has been in the 100s. Full count to Sienna Urker. All the way through on that swing. It bounces on the warning track. Second double of the game for New York.
How about Fontana and Urker getting hot in this game? Both having their first hits of the World Series early in the semifinal game. Urker gets a pitch out over the plate. She has had a big swing and good contacts in her ABs, but just has not had a hit to show for it. And this time she crushes that ball over Riley Fagan-Davis's head for another double in this inning.
It's a good sign. If there was a question mark about New York, it's that they came in hitting 182 over their 2 previous games at the World Series. Meanwhile, Connecticut's average over 300 this week. Abby Long, she's a Mets fan. She steps in 0-1 here. Looking to bring Sienna Urker home.
Yeah, we have a lot of Mets fans and Yankees fans on this field right now. So a rivalry between Connecticut and New York, and then also between Mets and Yankees. I think we even have a Red Sox fan sprinkled in there.
Yep, gotta have that too.
There's Abby Long's mom.
New York is just so aggressive right now against Grace Weber.
And their swings, you can tell they are just doing a good job of seeing the ball and just exploding. Their swings are just concise. No hesitation, right? They're very committed to the pitch they're swinging at. And as a pitcher, you can feel that.
Abby Long pops up. Audrey O'Connell grabs it. 2 down. I mean, Grace Weber has thrown 22 innings this week, so with the television broadcast, there's a lot of film on her and a lot of feel. You can come to the ballpark. We've seen other teams in the stands to watch games, so maybe they've seen a lot of her. Feel a little more comfortable stepping in.
I've seen her a lot, and then they finished that game just last night. They played the last game last night, and a quick turnaround to play the first game today.
Emma Brown, Audrey O'Connell again, and New York will leave that runner on second. But hey, a run comes across, and a couple of doubles in that inning for New York. They're in the lead. New York already on top, 1-0. Time to meet the team from Connecticut. It's brought to you by PNC Bank.
My name is Maya Brown, and my favorite movie is Zootopia.
My name is Kaylee Glenn, and my favorite MLB team is the New York Yankees.
My name is Audrey O'Connell, and my favorite softball player is Josie Muffley.
My name is Emma Bonanno, and my favorite athlete is Paige Becker.
My name is Sammy Marini, and my favorite animal is flamingos.
My name's Holly Kuhn, and my favorite food is Party Little Bites.
My name is Riley Fagan Davis, and my favorite food is steak.
My name is Grace Weber. My favorite food is chicken tenders.
My name is Marina Cosmos, and my favorite athlete is Montana Phelps.
My name is Addie McKenna Hansen, and my favorite team is the Boston Red Sox.
My name is Emily Sporingo, and my favorite athlete is Sis Bates.
My name is Dana Kutansky, and my favorite softball team is the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Milford Little League out of Milford, Connecticut, representing the New England region, and they go 1 through 12 on your lineup card. We told you about Emily Sporingo. Whoa.
Yeah, right there in the cleanup spot for a reason. She has 8 RBI, likes to drive them in, has also scored 6 runs, taken 4 walks, constantly on the base pass and driving in runs.
And Alexis Fontana, once again, will get the start in the circle for New York.
And Fontana has been really good with her start. She likes to throw a screwball. She's also working a fastball and a changeup. She mixes speeds very well. But this is an interesting 1-2 duo with Olivia Feldman, who will be starting at shortstop. Like the fact that there's not a lot of pressure, right? They know that they have each other. They just switch positions. One becomes the pitcher, the other becomes the shortstop. Easy.
Yeah, the trend has been Alexis will go one time through the order, and then Olivia will come in for that 1-2 punch. This is Sammy Marini leading off for Connecticut. Abby Long, one away. You know, Chris was talking about how the Connecticut manager, Brian Glenn, really worked to build this little league, and a lot of people have put in a lot of time with Connecticut. Important to note, this is the second straight appearance for Milford, Connecticut, and most of those girls, 10 of them that played last year, were playing in the Junior League World Series final this year.
Yeah, it's becoming a powerhouse. And how about how this league has grown from 125 players to 300 players participating in their league because of Brian Glenn's efforts, amongst others.
And that's what you want to see. You want to see the growth of the entire league, right? This is the all-stars from those leagues, but the entire league growth is really what Little League International is looking for. Get more opportunities for young girls to play.
Emma Bonanno's mom, Melissa, you can see her rocking this gold chain. This is the B Money chain that her husband wore in the dugout last year when they were here in Greenville. She wore it because she said, I want to represent all the people who made it work for everyone else to get here. It's a reminder of what we've grown and everyone else who set the stage.
Chris, I forgot about that chain. I do remember now her husband wearing it. He was the manager last year of the Milford Little League Connecticut team.
And there's 2 returning players from that team that's playing on this team, Riley Fagan Davis and then Emily Sporingo, the aforementioned.
That experience helping both of them.
Full count to Marina Cosmos, the catcher. Bashes to center, Jocelyn Vandenberg, yes.
That was a really good swing by Cosmos. This Connecticut team can hit the ball well. Hitting over 300 at the World Series in those 6 games that they've played. And everybody getting in on the action. And we talk about Sporingo, but everybody on their team has a hit, has scored a run, and also has an RBI.
Riley Fagan Davis, hopper to Mia Victor, and it takes a funny hop as it's coming to her, allows Fagan Davis to reach safely. That'll be an error.
This is a team, as you mentioned, Amanda, they hit the ball hard, and when you hit the ball hard, the ball can take a lot of funny hops, and that's exactly what happens. Mia Victor is going to approach this, but it just pops up, almost looks like it goes off her throwing hand. So hard hit balls, sometimes they're hit at people, but it can still make opportunities out of them.
And here she is. We've talked about her, Emily Sparingo, lighting it up at the plate. A big reason why Connecticut has 9 extra base hits. She has 4 doubles, more than anyone else at the tournament.
Yeah, and they just continue to make contact and put the ball in play. And they have more walks than strikeouts for their offense, Michelle. I know that you taught me a long time ago to look for that in the stats, and didn't do it before you had taught me, but now I do, and it really goes to show just how an offense is clicking and working and making contact and putting pressure on a defense.
Absolutely, getting into leverage counts, right? So you know that they're usually hitting from a leverage position as a hitter.
Dug down deep for it. Wow, this one is a deep shot. Jocelyn Vandenberg just making highlights in center field.
She has made web gem after web gem at the Little League Softball World Series, and this is another one. She kind of floats back, not sure where the wall is, but comes away with the catch, and a disappointed Sparingo.
Hungry for what? I'm hungry for some hit. I'm hungry. Hungry for what? I'm hungry for some hit.
Kylie Longaro is going to lead off for us. Let's meet Kylie, brought to you by Dollar Car Rental. She is an all-star cheerleader, so competitive cheerleading, wants to be a marine biologist, and she enjoys a pickle.
I like pickles, especially with my sandwiches.
Oh, yeah. First pitch to Kaylee Glenn at third, and Longaro is retired.
I'm out on pickles, big time.
What?
The smell of them.
Actually, this is great for Michelle and I, because then we can have your pickle.
Have your pickles.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You guys can definitely have them.
When I was her age, when I was Kylie's age, I was probably out on pickles.
Really?
Until I was older, and then I became.
And now they're safe.
Now they're safe.
Sweet or what's the other?
Oh, dill. I'm dill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I like the sweet and spicy.
Sweet and spicy. I'm kind of out on those, though.
What?
I know.
You're going to have to leave the booth.
Departing.
Yeah. Cassie Van Skyler. Really impressive to see how this New York team came out swinging the bat. 2 doubles in the first inning, and then pop-up RBI for Olivia Feldman. That's the difference right now.
Well, and manager Eaton told us, I don't know, probably about 10 days ago when we chatted with him on Zoom before we got here to the World Series, that this team is a pitching and defensive team first. And he told us that we have the best outfield in Little League.
Well, Jocelyn Vandenberg is showing that.
Exactly. She has made play after play.
And not just at the World Series, at regionals as well. She had some diving catches. I mean, she's...
Yeah, one of her early plays this week was number 9 on SportsCenter Top 10. Cassie Van Skyler will take the free pass from Grace Weber.
Weber's thrown a lot of innings at this Little League World Series, but she also threw all 6 innings against this New York team the first time they played. So you can tell New York, they are hunting pitches. They're going up. They know what they want. They know what they're looking for.
It's tough to throw against a good team 2 times in 1 week. And everything that Grace Weber throws kind of has some side spin to it, so it curves away from a right-handed hitter, and she can place that pitch on multiple different levels. Move the ball up, move it down.
In Tesserere going bunt. It goes back to Grace Weber. And Eden able to advance that runner.
Oh, look at In Tesserere laying down the bunt.
It was Thursday against Puerto Rico. She had the tying RBI single in the 5th. Ava Rios and Audrey O'Connell makes the grab for out number 3. New York still on top by a run. The Little League Softball World Series on ESPN is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. And in part by Geico. See how easy it is to bundle all your insurance needs. No better feeling, right, than sticking your name up on that giant bracket. 4 teams remaining here at the Little League Softball World Series.
It does move a little bit. It's like a little slippery. It takes like a team effort. At first, it was one person that did it earlier in the week, and now I think they've figured it out that it takes more than one person.
Let's check in with Chris.
Courtney, you guys mentioned Kylie Longaro, who you see out in left field, is an all-star cheerleader, where she made the decision just this week that she's just going to focus on softball. She tried out for a travel ball team before regionals, and on the flight down to Greenville, she found out that she made the team. And it's been a tough decision for her because both of her sisters, Alyssa and Ryan, are also all-star cheerleaders, but she realized the commitment to both was just too time-consuming. And going through this entire postseason and being here in Greenville, she decided, nope, this is where my heart is.
How cool. I love it. Some great insight there for Kylie Longaro. Danny Katansky strikes out by Alexis Fontana.
Well, Kylie hit a home run against her teammate who's pitching right now, Alexis Fontana, in the regular season championship game. So it's been a big summer for Kylie Longaro.
Yeah.
On the diamond.
Big decisions. Yeah, these teams are all all-star teams, so during the season they play on different teams and they pick the best teams out. So that's how that was able to happen, that Kylie hit a home run off her now pitcher.
And that's one of the things that is great about these all-star teams coming out of the league. is that these athletes are all playing against each other. They know each other. They live in the same communities. But then they get to bond and come together. And a lot of these coaches talk about that, about how important it is to have team dinners and pool parties and stuff like that, because at one point earlier in the summer, Amanda was trying to strike me out, and then later in the summer, we're teammates.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I love that.
It's fun.
Oh, wow. Abby Long and Mia Victor both going for it, but it falls in the glove of Abby Long for out number 2. Want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball? Visit playlittleleague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. Maybe we'll see you playing on the Little League Softball World Series stage someday. Holly Kuhn, the shortstop.
Yeah, there were 85 girls to choose from for All-Stars and for this New York team. And they had 6 teams. They got to make this one All-Star team and made it all the way here to the World Series.
Abby Long calling for it even louder this time. She takes care of 2 of the 3. Welcome back to Little League Softball World Series on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Little League stats are provided by Game Changer, the official scorekeeping and stats technology partner of Little League and the Little League World Series. Game Changer now offers free live video streaming for regular season local youth games, plus automatic video highlight clips when you stream and score your games. Our first semifinal, it's New York and Connecticut. Little neighbor battle, the second time they have met this week, but this time means everything. Winner of this game moving to the championship tomorrow at 3 Eastern on ABC. It'll be 10, 11, and 12 on your lineup card for New York, up to face Grace Weber. New York took their lead in the top of the first on a sac fly by Olivia Feldman. Mia Victor. Her favorite athlete is Jordy Ball. Pitched at Oklahoma, won a couple of national titles, and now a Nebraska Cornhusker back in her home state.
Pretty amazing. They said that season ticket sales at Nebraska softball went up like over 1,000%.
With thousands on the wait list, I think, too.
2,200 requests for season tickets.
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
That is cool. Mia Victor is fouled.
Speaking of wait list, I'm sure there will be a wait to get a ticket to this game, for the one that we have coming up tonight between Texas and North Carolina. Be a packed house.
It was the first time they met, which was on Sunday night, day 1 of this World Series. That game coming up at 5 Eastern.
Change up.
I think that's a pitch that Grace Weber is going to have to continue to use in this game.
Mia Victor, I liked that swing. Out to the gap.
Well, and that changeup is going to be important for that reason right there. This New York team has seen her 6 innings in that first game earlier in this tournament, and now here in the semifinal, trying to keep them off balance. Mia Victor all over that hard shot. Her first hit of the Little League World Series.
So the leadoff reaches for the second time today for New York. Brings us to Jocelyn Vandenberg, the highlight reel in center field. Bunt rolls foul. Jocelyn is the youngest of 3. She has 2 older sisters, Olivia and Carly. There's one of her sisters in the stands. Jocelyn actually plays shortstop on her travel team, but she brings that big arm to center field for this Little League team. Mia Victor going to second on the wild pitch.
Well, that's one thing that we know about this New York team is that a lot of these players were shortstops, and now they've transitioned to other positions on this team, all coming together, but athletic enough to learn a new position and play it well. Just like Jocelyn Vandenberg has been playing center field.
Grace Weber ahead 1-2.
Come on. You got to hit a ball here with nothing up here. You're never going to hit this. Right? She's coming right back with that, right? So look low, right? If it's there, crush it. If it comes up, let it go. Oh, yeah. Right? It's 3. Come on, let's go.
You can tell, Michelle, that New York is sitting on pitches more down in the zone. Fontana's double was on a pitch low in the zone, and Mia Victor went down and got it. So the goal is to lay off of the stuff that's up and see it down.
Yeah. There it was again.
Yeah.
Like Coach said, she's going up there again.
And he's doing his hands like down to his sides, like what? And then he did it up to his that was high. That was high. It's hard to lay off the high ones, though, Coach.
I was just going to say, I'm right there with Jocelyn. There are times that ball gets up in my eyeballs. I'm like, if I had 3 bats, I'd be swinging all 3 of them at that ball up there.
This is the one.
You can ask our colleague Madison Shipman, too, about laying off the rise ball.
It's hard.
Yeah.
That's why it's the pitch and softball.
And you can tell that Marina Cosmas, the catcher, is setting up on the outside corner a lot. That's Grace Weber's best pitch, is her curveball. Everything kind of has that tail to it away from a right-handed hitter, but today it seems like that pitch is missing more on the plate or inside, even when Cosmas sets up on the outside corner. That's a better pitch right there.
First strikeout today for Grace.
Pulled the string with a changeup. She's using that more early in this game than what we've seen out of her in the other innings that she's pitched. This is a perfect location. Even if Vandenberg doesn't swing at that, that would be a called strike. Grace Weber gets a strikeout, number 1.
And now 18 of her 19 strikeouts this week for Grace have been swinging.
Well, that's a big out. Obviously, a non-productive out after that base hit by Mia Victor, and then the wild pitch put her in second base. Last thing you want to do is give up a infield ground ball or something that's going to move the runner up to third. Those strikeouts in key situations really, as a pitcher, can help turn an inning around.
Emerson Moore. Emerson's family looking on.
And Grace Weber has just had a really big improvement this year. Her coaches told us Pitched a lot in regionals as well, and then in state too. Pitching some big games, gotten some great experience this summer and some pressure-filled moments.
Different role for her. She went to work in the off-season, came back with a little extra velo, a little more movement, and stepped right into that starting pitcher role, that ace role for Connecticut.
Big pitch. It's a really big pitch at 3-1 to be able to come in her half of the plate. Last hitter in the lineup.
Want to see some girls with game? Tune into the excitement of the hashtag Summer of Softball and visit littleleaguesoftball.org for great content, information about starting a softball league, and more. It's a hot one out there, but a beautiful day here in Greenville, North Carolina. Feels like 102. Whew. Full count. Pressure feels like 102 degrees too. Emerson Moore walks. Both of these teams trying to get to the championship tomorrow. Now Alexis Fontana, the pitcher. Her dad, Don Fontana, one of the assistant coaches, coaching at first base. She already has a double today. Perfect placement by Alexis. She gets to hang out with Dad over at first. Bases loaded.
How about Alexis Fontana? Did not have a hit in this Little League World Series coming into the semifinals. She leads off the game with a double, so the defense is going to be back. The outfield is back, and she drops this in front of them. 2 for 2 in this game. Most importantly, though, for this New York team, bases are now loaded here in the top of the third.
Hi. Hey, let's bring it in a little. Let's tighten it up. You're going to edge a little. Anything to you. When we bring them in, you got to try to knock it down, right? Okay? We're going 4. Let's go 4 right now. Okay?
Go to the middle?
I want you to shade a little this way, just a little off, because Webb up the middle. We can't play up the middle. There's nothing we can do, okay? I want you right there, okay? Right there, okay? Okay, ground ball. Listen. Get to your bases for secondary plays again, okay? If it comes quick to Webb, she goes home, okay? Outfield, we're shooting straight 4. I'll let them know. Let's go. New England on 3. 1, 2, 3.
New England!
It's an important point of this game. Down by 1 run, bases loaded, less than 2 outs. Got to know what to do with the ball and maybe even try to get a double play in this situation.
We've got Olivia Feldman coming up, who popped out to center but had that RBI to put New York on the board. She's got 2 hits this week.
You know, Olivia said this week she wants to thank her dad so much for all the sacrifice and the work that he's put in with her. He gets up at 3 a.m. every day to go to work. There he is now, probably listening to the game. And at 9 p.m. every night, no matter how tired he is, he's taking her out to a park to work on it with her. Said it's been such a joy to see all that sacrifice. He said her sacrifice, not about me, but she's the one who's out there every day at a park working on it with me.
Let's help them get here to the World Series, Chris.
And her dad always gives her a pregame talk. A little pump-up speech from her dad.
Olivia Feldman smacked it. 1 across. New York just adding to this lead. It is 3-0 New York.
Olivia Feldman has been crushing the ball, showing up in the circle, doing big things, and she is one of the younger players on this team, but she doesn't play like it. Her manager, Coach Eaton, says all she does is win. She doesn't get nervous in the circle, doesn't get nervous up at the plate. That was a big swing with the bases loaded to drive in 2 runs and give New York this 3-run lead.
Oh, and I love that Aaron Judge is her favorite athlete. She was passionate with the bases loaded like Aaron Judge. Although she'd most like to meet Jenny Finch. So there you go. Little baseball, softball there.
Combo.
New York 2 for 6 with 3 RBI. Runners in scoring position. That one gets away from Marina Cosmas. Alexis Fontana in safely. Scoring on a wild pitch.
Well, she was indecisive of whether or not she wanted to go. We've seen this backstop just really have seen balls bounce off of the backstop. It's been tough for runners at third base to decide, but now kind of got lost there with the hitter, the umpire, so slight hesitation on her part, but still had the wheels to get in there.
4-0 now, New York. 1 ball to Sienna Urker. That's been a great spot for New York hitters.
Sienna Urker was outstanding in regional. She had 5 extra base hits in regionals. Coming into today's game, had struggled a little bit in the first 2 games at this Little League World Series. She has a double in the first inning and now another base hit here in the 3rd inning. New York just stringing them together.
The top 3 in the order for New York, 5 for 6 today. Not a bad way to have, not a bad thing to have at the top of your lineup. With those 3 RBI, Abby Long, there goes Sienna.
Seen this Connecticut team just have a really long week, you guys, and I just think they look a little tired today. And they've fought hard in all these games. The temperatures have been so high. Grace Weber has pitched a lot. They've had a lot of emotions this week, too, but I think that we're seeing just a slightly fatigued Connecticut team show up for this game right now. An arrested New York team.
Guys, there's a watch party going on back home at Jackie Riley's. They are loving seeing what Massapequa is doing right now. It's a photo just sent in. They got there early to make sure to see the game.
Of that.
That's awesome. A lot of support from these communities. On and off the field. Takes a village.
Yeah, most of these teams had to start those GoFundMes because it costs a lot for the families to get here, to travel here.
Not even, Chris Budden has talked about the families, right? The parents with time off. It's tough at times.
This one goes back to Grace Weber. She bobbles it, able to regain composure, and they get the run coming home.
A little bit of a bobble by Grace Weber, but presence of mind to stay poised. She gets the throw over to Cosmos, who's going to apply the tag. Almost looks a little high. A good job of coming in hard. Feldman gets those feet toward the dish. Take a look.
And they're going to look at this play right now.
I think this is a good one to challenge. Why not? It did look like Feldman potentially got her foot in before the tag. got her. It looked really close. The throw definitely beat her, but that high tag, I think she actually got her foot there before the tag ended up on her upper body.
The original call on the field was that she was out.
Maybe not. It was a different angle that looked to me a little bit more. She was safe.
Little rock, paper, scissors. What is the grab to the face? I haven't seen that one. Paper?
I think a term of endearment.
Yeah. Call confirmed.
Big out for Connecticut.
Yes. So now 2 down, runners on the corners for Emma Brown. New York has scored 3 runs here in the third. 2 RBI single by Olivia Feldman brought 2 of those home. First pitch, Audrey O'Connell, yes!
But Olivia Feldman steps up with a 2 RBI single, and New York scores 3 in this inning, doing it for her dad.
Home or away, T-Mobile has the best 5G coverage in the game with America's largest and fastest 5G network. Little T-Mobile booth set up. That is a really cool pink softball glove. I feel like we need a picture in the pink glove.
We do,
chair.
always. Pink glove, I'm there.
Huge game. Our first semifinal. The winner of this game moves on to play in our championship game tomorrow at 3 Eastern. That will be on ABC. The loser of this game will play in the third place game tomorrow at noon. New York on top 4-0 in the rematch. New York won the first meeting with Connecticut that was back on Monday.
A win gets you on ABC tomorrow. It's a big one.
Yeah. First time that the Little League Championship game for softball will be on ABC. 8, 9, and 10 up for Connecticut here. We start with Addie McKenna-Hansen.
Alexis Fontana has done a nice job of just coming out and throwing a lot of strikes in this game and painting the outside corner. I feel like she's looked really confident in the start.
And she strikes out Addie McKenna-Hansen. You know what would be good on a hot day, Chris, in a game like this? So lemonade.
It would be. Emma Bonanno coming up to bat. Her and Kaylee Glenn have been besties since kindergarten, and one summer wanted to give back to a charity when they were younger. They lost a close family friend to pediatric brain cancer, so they started a lemonade stand together to raise money for charity for pediatric brain cancer research. So sweet friends doing a sweet thing.
And also those two, Emma Bonanno, as she sends one to the pitcher. Her and Kaylee Glenn, they came here last year, the World Series. They were sitting in the stands, and Emma was watching her sister Maddie pitch out there for this Connecticut team, and they made a promise that they were going to get back here and get to play on this stage.
And that's not easy, right? It has a lot of qualifying, a lot of work in the off season, in Little League, and in states, districts, regionals.
Grace Weber, it's scooped by Alexis Fontana. A couple of nice defensive plays in the circle by Alexis, and she gets the K.
What is her favorite movie?
Little something.
Little Giant.
Dang it!
Would she rather be hot or cold?
Ready? Go.
What should her walk-up song be?
Wait, I have that, wait! But I think it should be Milkshake.
If she was given a dog, what would she name it?
Welcome back to the Little League Softball World Series on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Well, these girls spend a whole summer together. How well do they know their teammates?
What is her favorite movie?
Little something.
Little Giant.
Dang it!
Would she rather be hot or cold?
Ready? Go.
What should her walk-up song be?
Wait, I have that, wait! But I think it should be Milkshake.
If she was given a dog, what would she name it?
I have Daisy! I have Lily!
Those two have gotten to know each other pretty well.
So cute. Spend all that time with your teammate. You get to know him.
Yeah, a whole summer to make it to this moment. You know, we've spent a lot of time together, too, this week. Courtney Lyle, Amanda Scarborough, Michelle Smith, Chris Budden with you in our semifinal game here at the Little League Softball World Series. Joe Fackler, one of the New York assistant coaches, kind of documents everything, and he gets these videos ready for the girls to get them hyped up for game day.
It's game day! 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 It's game day!
It's game day! It's game day! It's game day!
I like the world spinning. That was the one from today, in case you couldn't tell.
It's a different one for every game. And This one's a time to get it all together, to get the team hyped. Each coach has their own role in this coaching staff.
I was waiting for someone to say something a little different than it's game day. We know, it's game day. It's game day.
Yeah, they like
different.
that.
But that's been working.
It's been working.
Don't change it. New York with a tournament high 6 hits. Now I say that this is only their 3rd game of the tournament. Kylie Longaro to lead off in the 4th.
Yeah, and their other assistant coach, Dom Fontana, will make a pregame speech before the game starts, too, to get the girls fired up. So they got a pregame video, they have a pregame speech, they have Rich Eaton, who calls them over to talk to them and their ABs and gives them a little laugh. I mean, really just a complete coaching staff for this New York team, like all the Little League teams that we've seen.
There's a lot that goes into it. The coaches, the parents, and then, of course, the players, right? Knowing their roles, new positions, new experiences. We talk a lot about college athletes as freshmen when they come in. Well, it's the same thing for these young ladies. Everything is a new experience for a lot of them. There are some returners, but even if you are a returner, it's typically a different route to get to this Little League World Series.
Ball 4 will walk, Kylie Longaro. And, Brian Glenn talked to us about this experience as a whole, and we asked him, what do you want the girls to take away from it? And he said, I want them to learn how to deal with stress and understand that you can fight through anything with a good mindset. And what a great lesson to learn when the pressure is on. This one hops back to Grace Weber.
Really good job by the defense. Weber fielding her spot. Man, we talk about that a lot. These young pitchers be able to field those ground balls, bunts.
Eden Tesserere now.
Well, and it's a different role, too, for Mike Bonanno, who was the manager for this Connecticut team last year. And so he's on the coaching staff. Brian Glenn is the manager, but Mike Bonanno is an assistant coach. And Brian Glenn told us, we had this worked out years ago when our girls were 7 or 8 years old.
Eden. Solid contact for Eden Tesserere. She's going to try to go to second. She will. Cosmos will hold on to the ball. She's had some nice swings.
Yeah, she told us before she doesn't want to bunt. She wants to hit. Level swing. She has lots of line drives, and she likes to be aggressive early in the count, too. Eden Tesserere, another hit for her.
So runners at second and third for Ava Rios, 1 out. Trying to bunt that run home, maybe a little squeeze action. First 2 games, New York 2-11 with runners in scoring position. Today, 3 for 9.
Well, they've been outstanding. Coming into this game, they were hitting just a $182, but they have been on fire with the bats.
Ava Rios, Emma Bonanno has a chance to make the play, and off the tip of her glove.
She played that so well. As soon as that ball was in the air, you guys, she looked down to see where the base was so that she didn't trip over it. And then it just ends up hitting off of her glove. But she played that really well. I think worried about our camera guy right over there. Be surprised if we see Danny Katansky for Connecticut come into this game at some point soon, I think, just to give these New York hitters a different look. They've been seeing Grace Weber extremely well in this game.
The 1-2. Ava just fighting in there. Yeah.
Ava battling, Grace Weber battling. Always gets that point midway through the game where you can just tell a lot is on the line, trying to push extra runs across the board.
I feel like, though, watching Grace Weber, her expression never changes. No matter what the situation is, she just stays even. Audrey O'Connell with the grab. Kelly Longero holds.
It's a big second out of the inning.
And you mentioned it, Amanda, there's Danny Katansky. She's in the bullpen right now for Connecticut. She's thrown 9 innings this week over those 2 games that she appeared in. Mia's mom watching her out there with 2 outs.
Oh, nice pitch. Grace Weber 1 strike now away from getting out of this inning. Trying to keep the score where it's at.
Lifted into shallow left and scooped by Addie McKenna Hansen. New York still up by 4. Let's take a look at our game track brought to you by Geico. New York on top of Connecticut in our semifinal 4-0. Olivia Feldman with 3 RBIs. And Alexis Fontana has gone 2 for 2. Meanwhile, Connecticut, 1 base runner.
Alexis Fontana has just looked so good. This is her best start. So she's had 3 starts in the World Series, and of the 3, this is for sure her best start yet.
Oh, just so efficient, Amanda. 13 pitches in the first inning, only 11 in the second, and how about just 6 last inning? She's had 2 1-2-3 innings.
So quick, last inning. Connecticut needs to get some momentum on their side.
This is 11, 12, and 1 will be up. Now, the question is, we've seen New York take Alexis out after one time through the lineup. Do you leave her in and let her work?
I would think they leave her in, looking at what's happening in this game. Depends on this inning, of course, to see how she goes. But if she goes 3 up, 3 down here, I don't know how you take her out with a little something special going on.
Connecticut has only reached on the error. So think about that.
Yeah, and this is a Connecticut team that has a team was batting .318 coming into the game. It scored 47 runs. Okay, so that just puts into perspective. They've been bashing the ball to this point. So Alexis Fontana has definitely befuddled them here.
Yeah, great word for what she's done to them.
Yeah, they were averaging almost 9.5 runs per game coming into this game. Full count to Audrey O'Connell. Jocelyn Vandenberg, almost automatic. Well, the 76th Annual Little League Baseball World Series gets underway Wednesday in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, with an opening round quadruple header on ESPN and the app. It all starts at 1 Eastern. Tomorrow is the Little League Softball World Series Championship game. That's at 3 Eastern on ABC. One of these teams will be playing in that championship game. Here's Maya Brown.
Go get him. Go get him, Liz. Let's go, kid. Let's go. Good.
They're going to make a pitching change mid-batter. Alexis Fontana had a no-hitter going, and we'll see if her teammate Olivia can continue it in the circle.
Your attention, please, pitcher for Villa Connection. Number 15, Olivia Felton. Felton is the pitcher for
So a pitching change here for New York. Olivia Feldman, they do go ahead and make the switch. Alexis Fontana carried this no-hitter into the fourth, and Olivia will pick up with Maya Brown mid at bat.
I think Olivia's dad getting in a different spot. He got a little nervous when she came in the game the other day, too.
Yeah. Oh, bounces off of Jocelyn Vandenberg.
It's a hard-hit ball by Maya Brown. Maybe exactly what this Connecticut team needed. Jocelyn Vandenberg has been so good in center field, covered a lot of ground. It's always a tricky one to figure out how to play those line drives that just come right at you. Goes down to her knees, and it bounces, look like off of her wrist and into her chin or her neck. Coach Eaton going to come check on her.
Right. Oh, that's right. Look at you, Joe. I'm not worried about your own. Oh, okay, you're good. You're good. Oh, thank you.
So that goes down as an error. So the only two Connecticut base runners to reach have done so via the error. Jocelyn hanging tough out there. Top of the order for the second time, Sammy Marini getting her first look at Olivia Feldman today. Takes the first pitch. And Alexis Fontana, who's now at shortstop, grabs it. Tested always right when you take over a new position.
Absolutely. You'll notice that Olivia Feldman throws just a touch harder than Alexis Fontana, and Olivia Feldman has only given up 1 earned run in the innings that she's pitched, which coming in this game was 7 innings pitched, just 1 earned run given up.
Yeah, 9 strikeouts in those 7 innings, so she's pretty point on. They, great 1-2 punch. The way they complement each other.
Maya Brown going. Ball sails to center, but Jocelyn Vandenberg there to back up the throw. Marina Cosmas came in today a 500 hitter, 4 hits on the week. Make it 5. Run coming home. She's called safe. Did she touch home plate?
I don't know, though. I'll have to go back and take a look. I don't think she got tagged, but you're right. That's going to be an important part. So Cosmos is going to shoot this through the 3-4 hole. Throw coming in from Emerson Moore in right field. It gets cut. Take a look at the way she comes in here. Yeah,
oh, she does.
The toes on it, yeah, and there's no tag.
That was close, and not oftentimes that going and standing up is going to get you safe, but I feel like if she would have slid, she would have slid into the tag. Instead, she ran over the tag.
Yeah, the throw was up the line, Amanda.
We talked about it, right? And whatever happens, have fun. Okay? Love you. Let's go.
So Sammy Marini is going to come in and run as a courtesy runner for Marina Cosmas, who is the catcher. You can do that when there's 2 outs in an inning.
And you get speed now at second base, too. Able to score Sammy Marini with Riley Fagan-Davis up at the plate, who is good, experienced hitter for this Connecticut team. Would be huge.
Gets jammed, slow roller to Mia Victor. Makes the underhand toss in time. And Connecticut will leave 1 in scoring position, but they do bring their first run across. It's 4-1 New York. Championship game at the Little League Softball World Series, Texas and Maryland. Tie ball game! Everybody buckle up. We're in extra innings. Big opportunity now for Texas with the bases loaded. Hayden Rios across the plate. Texas back in front. Midway Little League, your World Series champions. That was this last year. This is this year, and a lot of those faces repeating an appearance for Texas at the Little League Softball World Series. There's Anaria Hughes and her teammates getting set. We'll see them coming up at 5 Eastern in our second semifinal. They'll face North Carolina, who should have a really good crowd because they're from 8 miles away from this ballpark here in Greenville, North Carolina. Winner of this game, New York and Connecticut, is moving on to the championship. It'll be Sunday, 3 Eastern on ABC. New York has been in control.
Yeah, that next game should be another good one because Texas and North Carolina have already faced each other. Texas won the first time, but North Carolina's offense started to click after that game. I'm sure they want a little revenge, get back at that Texas team that gave them their loss.
Well, they did a pretty good job against Hughes as well. She only had 1 strikeout.
Yeah.
Jocelyn Vandenberg in the 11th spot. Grace Weber is still working in there. Strike 2. Grace Weber 1 strikeout today, and it was Jocelyn Vandenberg who struck out in the 3rd. Brian Glenn calling time.
Back pocket.
The ball has been slipping out of her hand a bit. Again, it is temperature about 93, 94, but the feels like with this humidity is about 103.
Holly Kuhn at short. Let's check in with Chris.
Courtney, one of the many things we love about this event is that people come from all over to watch. I want to introduce you to Rich Polmeyer. He's been a softball umpire for more than 40 years. His family and him are from Minnesota. They're on vacation in Virginia. And he looked at his family this morning. He said, it's only a 3-hour drive to get to Greenville. Can we please go? Softball, watching softball makes me happy. They all agreed. And so they came down to watch.
Oh my gosh, we're right there with him. Watching softball makes us happy too.
Oh my gosh, I love this. It's a lot of those stories. So if you're hearing this and maybe you're inspired by other people that you've seen travel from Virginia, West Virginia, or Louisiana,
come on down.
It's not too late.
Audrey O'Connell had to run over towards second and then throw across her body. Got it. 2 down. Chris told us yesterday about a couple of sisters that came in to support the Puerto Rico team because they were originally from Puerto Rico, living in the States now.
And we'll have a great story for our second semifinal game coming up later about a little girl traveling too. So stay tuned for that one.
That's what we call a tease in the industry.
Hey, you got to watch to hear the story.
That's right. Alexis Fontana comes up for the 3rd time. She's scored in both of her appearances.
She's really set the tone today. You think about what she's done in the circle and also as a leadoff hitter. She led off this game with a double, scored the first run for New York, came back out in the bottom of the 1st inning and almost faced the minimum. Done a good job leading his team.
It's almost like they've gotten, better as this tournament has gone on.
beat Connecticut earlier, but still, you could just see they're playing better each and every game.
Scooped! Emily Sparingo, who's now at third, makes the grab. How about that?
How about Emily Sparingo? We talk about her bat and how she has bashed the ball, but she comes into third. Of course the ball's going to find her. She says, hey, I got it. I'm going to snag that line drive. Let's pick up the bats, ladies, and put some runs up on the board.
The Little League Softball World Series on ESPN is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. And in part by Geico. See how easy it is to bundle all your insurance needs. There was a big Girls with Game party before the World Series started. All 12 teams got in on the fun. And, you know, Connecticut manager Brian Glenn also got in on the fun. Jada Coleman, who plays center field for Oklahoma, the national champions, was there. And she signed his head. Now the question is,
love it,
is it still there? It's been a week, right?
It's a very. This is a very superstitious team.
That's right.
You know, for Connecticut. So
there's a good chance it's there. It might have been taped in the shower or something.
Right. Although it has been a lot of sweaty days.
That's
too,
true.
so it could have melted off of his head. I don't know.
Riley Fagan-Davis will lead off. Excuse me, Emily Sparingo will lead off.
Jada Coleman, though, is definitely an answer that comes up a lot as favorite softball player, favorite athlete. Awesome that they got to hear her talk. All get together, have that big party, just literally doing a lot for these athletes before the games even got started. It has just been truly an incredible week at the Little League Softball World Series.
I think one of the highlights, too, for these girls is going to be the interaction they had with the professional softball players when Athletes Unlimited was here.
Got to do that.
Those athletes, those AU athletes, came here on Tuesday to watch the girls play, and then the Little Leaguers returned the favor on Wednesday over at ECU Softball Stadium to watch 2 professional softball games.
That was awesome.
Good games, too. Got to see Odyssey Alexander, Sis Bates, Rachel Garcia, Megan Paramo.
Home runs.
Yeah, 9 home runs were hit, too. Ball is flying.
Yeah, Kat Osterman was here.
Yes.
Earlier.
I mean, you think about what all has been packed into this week, and it really has been a special week.
Yeah, absolutely.
This will be the 7th pitch from Olivia Feldman to Emily Sparingo. Cassie Van Skyler gets away from Abby Long. Tough throw. It pulled her off the bag. And Sparingo is at second.
Could be just what Connecticut needs. A little break, as that's going to go down as an error on Cassie Van Skyler. Good read by Sparingo to see that ball get away. Also make sure that she touches the base as she rounds.
All right, hey, it doesn't matter. It's one throw, it's all right. We're never going to be perfect, right? Let's play the game. the way we're supposed to. We're chasing wins again. We don't chase wins. What do we chase?
Excellent.
Let's continue to do that. I'm just here to slow the game down and calm you down. We're just calming down and play the game here. Let's go. Were you going to tag her if you caught it? I know you would. Let's go. Peek 1-3.
Peek on three, peek on three, 1, 2, 3, peek on.
Hey, make the next one. Make the next one. Come on, make the next one.
We don't chase wins, we chase excellence.
Love it.
Love that. Well, here's our Sunday Night Baseball matchup, the series finale between the NL East leading Braves, who have the best record in baseball, and the Mets at Citi Field, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, ESPN Radio. Our coverage begins at 5 Eastern with baseball tonight.
Have some Mets fans on the field. I wonder if they're going to be tuning into that one after our game tonight. New York's defense has been really good in their games. They have 2 errors today, 3 errors today, actually, but coming into the game had only committed 1 error. Been sharp on defense.
Kaylee Glenn's mom watching, of course, Kaylee's dad, Brian, the manager. I'm sure she's not going to forget, like Chris told us at the start of the game, that her dad promised to get a tattoo after they won state. He reminded her, or she reminded him. Sorry.
Kaylee, it's better that you didn't put it in play, right? Take the positive out of it. Go get it. 1. Ringo, you're good to short. I got second.
Love all the positive vibes that the coaches are always continuing to chant and tell the young ladies.
Just at the last minute, Cassie Van Skyler swoops in. 2 down.
This is all about communication, defense coming together, and at the last second, Skyler is going to make that catch. Feldman, the pitcher, is going to pull back. I once had our Olympic coach, Ralph Raymond, said, Mikey, he called on the Michelle's Mikey, stay in the circle. So he would always tell the pitcher, stay in the circle, let the fielders field the ball.
Hey, Olivia did stay in the circle, and she fielded that ball. New York on top in our semifinal game, 4-1. They're lined up for our second semifinal, but we got to finish this one up first right now. New York on top of Connecticut, 4-1. Courtney Lyle, Amanda Scarborough, Michelle Smith, and Chris Budden with you. Top of the sixth we go. And it will be Olivia Feldman leading off, who's 1 for 1 with a sac fly and 3 RBI today. She's also done well as she's entered in the circle in relief. And Grace Weber still working for Connecticut. She's the main pitcher. Of course, in Little League softball, pitch count not a thing. It's by innings, so she can work as long as she wants. She starts with a first pitch strike.
And she did have to have a day of rest earlier this week because of their extra inning game that she pitched more than 6 innings. Danny Katansky stepped up for Connecticut and got a W.
Emily Sparingo reaching for it. One away.
Now batting number 21, Sienna Urker.
Now Sienna Urker, who came in 0 for 4 today, but has a double and a single. Was a 600 hitter in their regional.
Yeah. That 600 batting average, 5 of her hits were for extra base hits in that regional. She was a big reason they punched their ticket to the Little League World Series.
Takes it right back at Grace Weber and then out to center.
Well, she swings so early in the count that we barely even get a chance to talk about her because she likes to not get 2 strikes in her ABs. I mean, that was an inside pitch. She kept her hands so well inside that pitch, driving it right back up the middle. Nice swing by Sienna Urker, who started out playing baseball and then chose softball later on.
Delayed steal.
She gets second easily, going for third. There's nobody to cover third.
Sienna Urker just has a presence. She understands the game. She reads the game. And she almost baited Connecticut into throwing behind her. Look at the way she gets off. Cosmos, the catcher, throws behind her, and then the ball gets away, and she's going to advance. So look at the way she baits her and then moves up.
This one dropping in front of Audrey O'Connell. Well, going back to Sienna, Michelle, they call her coach because she knows the game so well. And Amanda, you mentioned that she played baseball last year. Didn't play this time, and that team ended up going to the World Series. But now she's at the Little League Softball World Series, so still got that chance.
Good trade.
Yeah. Emma Brown sends Sienna Urker home. This one's still rolling, hopping off the fence. Looking for 3. The ball pops out, and she's going to be safe at third.
This New York team has come alive here in this semifinal game. Struggled a little bit offensively in the first couple games, but not here in this semifinal. They have just tagged the ball. Love the way that Emma Brown gets all into that, takes it to the wall, stretches a double into a triple, but also scores her teammate, Sienna Urker, putting another run up on the board. Up by 4 now, late in this game.
Yeah, this is a different looking offense for New York. First 2 games had 8 hits. Today they have 9 hits in this game alone. Really broken it open.
Yeah. Aggressive, and you mentioned it, Amanda, swinging early. Swinging very early in counts. In fact, just 1 strikeout today for this New York team, and that's a big part of it, that they are aggressive early. They're seeing good pitches early in counts, and they're attacking them.
I've been practicing 4 to 5 days a week, and I've just been working hard since this team was put together back in June. Put in the work to have it pay off here at the World Series.
Second strikeout for the day for Grace Weber. But not before a little more insurance on the board for New York. 5-1 is your score. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Please, if you can, help the people affected by the Hawaii wildfires. You can donate at redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond and help people recover. The images coming out of Hawaii, just devastating. Thinking about all those affected. Please help if you can. Last chance here for this Connecticut team. Bottom of the 6th inning, semifinals, winner to the championship. Addie McKenna Hansen is up, and Tripod, her cat, cheering her on at home. Can she start the rally?
And Tripod, her three-legged cat, is girl.
Yeah, learned that last night. Tripod was pleased last night. Addie McKenna Hansen had a big hit. This time Alexis Fontana will scoop that one away.
Big deal to come and play well in this semifinal game like the way that New York has. Very confident, playing to win from the get-go. They look rested, energized. Got that good start from Alexis Fontana. I mean, you can tell this team, they're fired up, ready to play in that championship game on ABC tomorrow if they hold on to this lead.
Well, they've been so strong in the circle this afternoon. It's just the way that Alexis Fontana started the game. Olivia Feldman coming in the 4th inning.
The winner of this game gets either Texas or North Carolina. That game will be at 5 Eastern.
Connecticut will play tomorrow. They'll play for 3rd place tomorrow. So they'll have yet another game, this Connecticut team. They've played, I think, every day that we've been here.
Yeah.
Had some good wins to get to this point. And their season is not over yet because they'll end up playing tomorrow.
Grace Weber will try to extend it. This is Connecticut's 6th game in the last 7 days.
Had some good wins, too. They'll have the rest of the day to rest and recover, get up and play that first game tomorrow, and maybe we'll see different energy out of this Connecticut team.
One ball, 2 strikes to Grace Weber with 2 outs. 2-2.
And Olivia Feldman been popping the mitt in this game. She works with a fast pace, throws with good velocity, good arm speed.
So 24 strikes to 10 balls for Olivia since she entered in the 4th inning. Alexis Fontana gets all 3 outs. New York, we will see you in the championship game on Sunday. New York was ready to go in this game with everything on the line. They will go to the Little League Softball World Series championship game tomorrow. They will face either Texas or North Carolina. New York victorious 5-1 over Connecticut. We'll talk to the New York team when we come back to Greenville.
This one's big.
Massapequa Park, they win the orange bracket here at the Little League Softball World Series, which means they are going to that championship game tomorrow at 3 Eastern on ABC. And this New York team, I mean, they looked ready to rock today when they came out in the semifinal.
Yeah, aggressive right from the start. Got some runs up on the board, but I think they set the tone in the circle as well. Their pitching staff outstanding.
So New York able to win it 5-1 over Connecticut. We'll see Connecticut in the consolation game, the 3rd place game tomorrow. And let's send it down to Chris, who's with New York.
Yeah, Olivia Feldman, Sienna Erker. Olivia, I'll start with you. You closed it out. You also put some runs aboard. Which one do you take more pride in, the pitching or the hitting?
I take pride in my pitching a lot. It's the reason, I love softball, and pitching just makes me love it even more. It's so exciting to be out there, and it's so much fun to be on the mound on the World Series.
We have a few ladies in the booth, and Amanda and Michelle, who I'm sure would agree with you on that. You've now punched your ticket to the championship game. What's this moment feel like right now?
It feels really good. It was a team effort, and if it wasn't for my teammates behind me, I would never be here.
I want to ask about your dad, because in your questionnaire you said I want to give a lot of credit to him because he wakes up at 3 a.m. every morning to go to work, and he's with me at 9 p.m. To work every night. What would you want to say to him if he was listening right now?
Thank you so much, Dad, and I'm so happy that you made me the player that I am now.
Olivia, I appreciate it. Sienna, come in here. What's this feel like right now? You're headed to the championship game on Sunday.
Oh my God, it's amazing. I've been dreaming about this since day one, and we've all been thinking about it since day one, so it's so exciting.
Why was this the team that was, what did you guys do either during the off season or during this run that's made this all possible?
We bonded together so quickly. The first practice, within the first few practices, we were all best friends, so really that's what it is.
Awesome. Well, you guys celebrate, get some sleep, watch the next game, and congratulations. We'll see you back out here tomorrow. Thanks, lady.
Thank you.
Courtney?
So this New York team, they are going on to the championship game tomorrow. They looked confident. They looked rested. They looked ready to go. And I like how they have that 1-2 punch of Alexis and Olivia in the circle.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with that pitching staff. They know how to hammer the glove. They had the defense, a couple of miscues behind them, and it didn't really hurt them. But how about the offense, Amanda? Maybe it was a little silent earlier in the week, but today is explosive.
Well, it was a pitcher who stepped up there, too. Their leadoff hitter, Alexis Fontana. She got the start, led off the game with a double, and really, I feel like they didn't look back after they scored in that first inning. And, of course, Sienna Urker stepping up big, too, with some big swings.
Chris is with their manager, Rich Eaton.
Rich, I know the journey's not over, but it's a long journey just to get to the championship game. How did this team make it happen?
Pitching and defense. Pitching and defense, it's, you know, when you have two great pitches and the real field temperature is 105 degrees, I felt that was a huge advantage for our team.
When you look at this group and this group of ladies that have worked so hard to get here, what are you most proud of?
The togetherness. They're like a family out there. You know, they pick each other up. I mean, when I went out to the circle earlier on a throw by Cassie, they were all taking the blame. You know, no, should have caught it. No, should have tagged it. No, they always take each other's back.
This stage has so many emotions. How have you, as a manager, you know, you have a daughter, how have you learned to manage, you know, getting on them, also knowing, like, this is a big moment, how you manage each of them differently?
Listen, I'm a good coach, not a great coach. My strength is the relationship with the kids. I just know how to get them up and down when they need it to happen, and that's my best skill.
What will be the pregame message tomorrow?
That's Dom's story. You got to talk to Dom about that stuff. I don't do that stuff.
I appreciate it. Congratulations. We'll see you out here.
Guys, thank you.
He's talking about Dom Fontana, the assistant coach, giving a talk to the girls right now after the win. New York to the championship. They take down Connecticut for the second time this week, 5-1. Well, Mid-Atlantic, that New York team, the first to stick their name in the championship game. They're lined up for our second semifinal, which will be coming up at 5 Eastern on ESPN2. But let's take a look back at how New York punched its ticket to the title game. We start the first inning with the first batter, Alexis Fontana, starting the game with a double, and then Olivia Feldman with the sac fly to score the first run.
Yeah, the pitcher is stepping up big in that first inning to take the lead early. Teams that score first are very successful at the World Series this year, Michelle.
Well, then how about in the third again, Feldman coming up with a 2 RBI single. I mean, she was just bashing today. Lots of runs being put up on the board.
And then Alexis Fontana able to score on the wild pitch New York feeling like they were in control, and we move to the 6th inning with Emma Brown's big bat.
Emma Brown has been hitting the ball hard at this World Series. Extra bases for her and another RBI, just icing on the cake in the top of the 6th inning when they scored that extra run.
And New York was able to win it 5-1, and now they move on to that championship game. But who will they face? That's the next question that we want to find out. Texas and North Carolina are coming up next again at 5 Eastern over on ESPN2. And remember, this Texas team, they won it all last year and have 9 returning players from last year's group.
Yeah, they look solid. They look poised, confident, experienced, because 9 of those 12 players have been here on this field winning it all, including their ace pitcher, Zenaria Hughes, the lefty, who was in the circle whenever they got to hoist the trophy. Pitched last game against North Carolina and had 9 strikeouts. But Michelle, that first game she pitched, she only had 1. She looked better in the last game.
She definitely was better in the last game. In that first game where she did have just the 1 strikeout, that was against the Southeast team, North Carolina, who they will be facing with. Zenaria Hughes, when she is doing well and she's moving the ball around from that left side, she is tough to hit. You could see she kind of had that moxie back that she's had, not just this year, but last year when she won that championship.
Hey, but this North Carolina team, the Southeast team, they're going to come in with some confidence. They beat their rival, North Carolina, the host team, yesterday, and that was a huge game. They were able to walk it off.
Yeah, in front of a big crowd, too. Their Little League is just from 8 miles away, so they're going to have a big home field advantage in front of hundreds, if not thousands, getting the walk-off win the other night.
Yeah, Braylon Johnson was just outstanding in the game for them, so we'll see if she can step up against Zenaria Hughes. It's going to be a battle.
Yeah, can't wait for that one coming up at 5 Eastern. The perfect day for semifinals here in Greenville. Well, these fans are smart. They got here early to get a seat for our second semifinal. It will be Texas, the defending champ, taking on North Carolina, representing the Southeast. That North Carolina team from just 8 miles away, so we expect a good crowd for that one. That'll be at 5 Eastern over on ESPN2. What a week it has been. We finally know at least one team who will play for a championship on Sunday. New York makes its way to that final game, a 5-1 victory over Connecticut. We'll see you at 5 Eastern over on ESPN2.